What happened?
So, all of the dryers are broke down.
Oh my goodness.
So, part of campground life is hoping that a place that you book has a laundromat. This KOA has a laundromat. We have constantly been battling broken down washers and dryers, and I went to do laundry this morning and all the dryers are broke down.
So I guess we'll be driving to do laundry, huh?
So we have to go somewhere else. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to talk about KOAs, long-term campgrounds, why we're living at a KOA, and why we're leaving.
So if you haven't heard of KOA, they're possibly the largest chain of campgrounds across the US, and I think they have some in Canada as well. They're known for their amenities, and they're pretty much very similarly set up and ran in every single one, so you know what you're getting for the most part when you get there.
Sometimes you can get to a brand new KOA that was just built, but they also buy older campgrounds. So sometimes you'll book a KOA that doesn't really look like some of the other KOAs, and that's because they take over some of the smaller campgrounds and turn them into KOAs.
Yep. Overall, this stay has been a good experience, but there's definitely some things you should know about staying at a KOA, especially if you're there longer term and over the summer, which we were.
Alright, so not unlike many other campgrounds, the amenities can vary at all the KOAs. The KOA that we're at right now has a swimming pool, a cafe, a pet park. They have stuff going on the weekends, all kinds of stuff.
Something that's unique to this one, maybe other KOAs are like this, we've only stayed at them sporadically over the last 5 years, but we've been getting texts to tell us, especially on the weekends, to tell us what's going on, and they do hay rides and s'mores and crafts, and on the weekends, I think they're about to stop this, but on the weekends they do breakfast in the morning. Now again, we've been here over the summer, so I think the majority of that happens over the summer, but definitely a ton of stuff going on. Oh, there's putt-putt.
Oh, there is putt-putt.
And we're not that interested in the fun amenities. We want laundry and like full hookups. That's basically, we're pretty boring. That's what we want. And honestly, we've been a little disappointed with the laundry situation here. I cannot believe it's like kind of chilly out. We're getting to fall, you guys.
This feels really nice out this morning. So we talked about some of the amenities and the activities that they have at this particular campground. And some of the other pros to it is that you can book online on the KOA website. They have an app now, so if you're on the road and you want to find a KOA in your area, you can just get online or use the app.
I will say too, because we're staying here so long, or have stayed here so long, we ended up signing up for the membership. At the time of us signing up, it was $36 for the year, and that got us, I think, 10% off each night. So for the length we were here, it was worth it. We've never had it before. I don't know if it'd be worth it unless you're staying at a campground, a KOA campground specifically, more than, well goodness, what would you have to get? I don't know how many ever nights you would have to get that money back.
Well, and the thing is too, if you're booking monthly stays, it doesn't contribute to it because you get 10% off your nightly stays with your membership. So if you're paying $36 a year for the membership, in my opinion, it has to make up that money somewhere. So, and you're strictly prohibited to only booking KOA sites if you're wanting to get that money back.
Yeah. Now, the good thing about us staying here is we have a lot of points now for KOA, so we might stay at KOAs in the future, so it'll be interesting to compare them to this one. Another thing about this campground, we are staying at the Buckeye Lake KOA just east of Columbus because I've been working in Columbus. We are walking distance to so much, so that doesn't really go with the KOA so much, but we have been so grateful that we are able to walk and run and bike to all these different places in the area.
Yeah, this is one of the first campgrounds that we've been to that we're able to go and do stuff. There's a 4.1 mile walking path just across the road. Tons to do in the area, so that's been really unique for us.
Especially because we travel with one vehicle. When I'm at work with a vehicle, Mike and Callie can only walk or run or bike to get places, so if you do stay at the Buckeye Lake KOA, know that you are within walking distance to a bunch of restaurants, and you can walk over to the lake. It's really nice for that. Now this KOA is a mixture of RV sites, cabins, and tent sites. That's been a little different to us to have a bunch of tent campers around. Nothing wrong with that, it just completely changes the feel of the RV park. The cabins look nice. I did look online and they are not cheap. I don't know if that's across the board for KOAs, but there are cabins here, but they are not cheap. Which kind of leads us into some of the cons of staying at a KOA.
So starting with cost, I would say cost would be one of the negatives of KOAs. Throughout the country, it seems like they're slightly above average, and sometimes they are a lot above average.
I remember staying at a KOA outside of Yellowstone, which I know is going to be more expensive. This is back, I think, in 18. It was like 110 a night, and we were floored. We were like, are campgrounds this expensive? But looking back, I think it's because you're paying for all the amenities and stuff. So KOAs do tend to be a little more expensive than in general RV parks.
And because they're usually well kept, they are popular, which means that they are busy. And this KOA that we're at right now is really busy on the weekends.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a quiet family getaway, sometimes it can be difficult to do, in my opinion, at a KOA, because they can get so busy.
Now, like I said, this KOA is definitely very close to the lake, and we have been here for a good portion of the summer. So on the weekends, this place blows up. It's so busy, it's packed. But a good thing about that is they have a ton of activities for you to do if you come here on a summer and the weekend. Bad thing for us is that I'm only off on the weekends right now, so selfishly, I'm glad that everyone is out camping, that's great, but also I kind of just want it to be a little quiet on the weekend so I can relax and recoup for the next week of work. So another thing with this KOA, and I think a lot of them, are that the sites are super close together.
Yeah, we have a Class A next to us right now who's like a foot away from our camper.
Yeah, our slides are almost touching. Another thing that we didn't realize when we booked this one, again, grateful that we were able to get it for my assignment, but a lot of the sites here are what they call buddy sites, which means that your door opens to your neighbor's door. So if you're not here with another camper, you're gonna be here with another camper.
Yeah, I think there's like 12 or 15 sites here that are like that. So that really threw us off. That's where we were when we first got here as well. So that's just something to look out for.
Yes, definitely keep that in mind if you're booking. I don't know, again, if all KOAs are like that or if several, but this one definitely has a lot of buddy sites. Callie, paw. She heard a noise. Paw. Come on, paw.
What are you doing?
It's because the camera's on. You're gonna be shy.
Okay, I need coffee. I can tell you that right now.
We broke a cardinal rule this morning. We're recording before coffee.
So, our KOAs for you, well, that's up to you guys. I will tell you that they're usually more expensive, and I guess another thing that kind of throws me off about them is that they aren't normally any better than other campgrounds.
We have stayed at a ton of different RV parks over the years and just campgrounds over the last 5 years of full timing. And I guess you're right, I hadn't really thought about it, but they don't really stand out any more to me than other ones.
They're usually consistently nice, but I don't know, they're just not really for us. If you guys love KOAs, that's great. As long as you guys are getting out and RVing and enjoying your time outdoors, that's what's really important.
I will say, I do think if you had kids, they would probably be a definite appeal to KOAs because they have so many activities for the kids. And like I said, this one has structured ones where they do crafts at a certain time and bingo and hay rides and stuff like that.
we ended up at this place because they were actually one of the only places that had availability for that long. And we have really enjoyed our time here. But in a couple of weeks, we're actually leaving.
Yes. I will say that I am very grateful that they could get us in. And speaking specifically to this KOA, the Buckeye Lake KOA, the staff is wonderful. We've always felt like secure and safe here. Everybody's super friendly. Like I said, the activities are nice. It's just been a downside for us, definitely how crowded and noisy it can get, especially on the weekends. But I think that's across the board. Camping is very popular, and we're glad because we want you guys out on the road camping because it's wonderful. But definitely that was a downside of this one for us, is how crowded and noisy it gets.
I'll tell you one thing. Next week is not going to be any less crowdy or busy. We're going to the Grand Design National Rally next week, and it's going to be chaos, and we are really excited to go do that.
We are excited for the chaos. We've never done the National Rally before, so we are getting pretty pumped about it.
And I'll just tell you, when we get done with the National Rally, we'll have 3 more weeks here in this area. We're going to be changing sites. We're really excited because it's going to be maybe the most unique stay.
I think maybe, especially on assignment. We've got something picked out. If it works out, it's going to be very interesting, and we can't wait to share that one with you.
Make sure you guys are subscribed so you're following along with that adventure.
And let us know what you think about KOAs. We'll see you next time.